join 3MLO Podcast live every other Sunday, live at 7 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube. This week's guest, Miss HollieBaeBee. Get the tea from Mrs. Selfie and your girl, Nick at Night. If you are about melanated love, relationships, and unity, come to listen, learn, teach, and share your opinions, baby. Yes. Hello, everyone.
Hey, can you hear me?
Hey.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you. Hi, we can hear you, Miss Hollie. This is Mrs. Selfie.
Hey.
Hello,
Hey, Mrs. Selfie. How are you?
my name is Shalita.
Shalita, nice to meet
Just
you.
call me Mrs. Selfie. That's all.
Oh, okay.
So the beginning of this show, y'all, we are going to just recognize some Black businesses a little bit. So I'm going to share my screen with some stuff. Let's do. Let's just do the entire screen. And then I'm going to share healthy tips. Is what I'm drinking right now. Um, I'm sorry, y'all. It's been a while. I'm sorry, Hollie.
All good. It's all good.
It's been a while. Okay, I'm trying to.
Take your
How do
time.
I?
Hard. Take your time.
Okay. Now, how many screens are y'all seeing? Just one
Well,
or
I
multiple
see
screens again?
whatever you're sharing. I see that, and I see
Mm-hmm.
us.
Okay. Um. So this is healthy tips. Y'all can see healthy tips. So this is one of the drinks that she sells as well. Let's see if she has them up there. There they go, right there. Like the CBD, sea moss, and all that drinks. Go get that black owned business, and it's very delicious. My kids be stealing my sea moss drinks. You think sea moss? Oh, that's nasty, but she makes it with fruit, so it don't even taste like sea moss. It tastes like a fruit drink. Um, Also, I wanted to share a clothing line from someone named Dwayne Maxwell, and he sells different clothing. He's an artist as well, so if you wanted to commission him to do art, he can also do that, as well as buying his clothing. That's one of his pieces right there. Also, I wanted to spiritual asset. Are y'all seeing spiritual assets page?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So, spiritual asset, her name is Tessa Inverary, and she does readings. She also sells candles. Um, so you can set your appointments for in-depth reading, a full-length reading, stuff like that. And she also has things that you can buy, candles, sage, and I think she has a new line with her earrings as well. I know she had it on her Facebook, but I don't know if she added it here yet. These are some of the things you can buy. Here go a new earring and bracelet set, y'all. That's so
Mhm.
cool. So this sage spray right here, I got that because you know what I'm saying. I got little kids, so I use the spray instead of burning the sage around, and it's good. It's
I mean,
good.
That's pretty good too. I don't use this particular spray, but
Hmm.
I've used the sage spray because like when you're like in a studio environment or an office
Hmm.
environment, you can't come up in there burning sage. They're gonna be like,
No,
"Excuse me, ma'am,
no.
what are you doing? What are you
Yep, yep.
doing?"
So yes, so that sage spray is comes in handy. You want to clear the room, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mrs. Selfie, I know the last time she has her own. You want to talk about your own line, Mrs. Selfie?
Yes, I can't. Well, you want to scroll up? So
Mm.
basically, what I have or is hoodies, t-shirts, as well as teacups for your tea time, journals to write down your thoughts. Most of my material is there to inspire you to live a healthy and prosperous life. And I'm still creating. It's something I started. I don't know why I started doing it, but I just got hooked. So that one right there, that whole outfit is like the number one seller. So got the hoodie as well as the bottom.
Mom Dukes looking good.
Hmm.
There you go. There go the husband with the self mastery.
Yeah. So what I have is my family. Your family's your biggest supporters, and so as they bought my items, I had them take pictures, and I said, well, I'm gonna post them on my little site and put something, a little paragraph next to them. So.
Little sis. So yeah, let's go check it out, y'all.
Mhm. Go down to yours too,
Look
y'all need. Y'all need going there.
good. Oh, I forgot. Oh yeah, okay. There I go, y'all. Get
I
y'all
named
butterfly
Yannick the
shirt.
signature butterfly because she just started putting her name on everything. Like I want to create
Yeah,
this
my
and that.
name is on the back of
Exactly.
that one. Yeah.
Hmm.
All right, right. So last but not least, did I even have it? Go to 3mloshop.com. But I don't know. Okay, I do have it. Um, this is for our podcast. And basically it's mainly stuff like with our logo. And I did make a holiday sweater and stuff this past holiday, but I didn't do like Valentine's Day or nothing like that. But it's still wintertime. So even though they are holiday hoodies, that's the one I got right now. um, they still would work in the winter. So yeah, so finally, yeah, that's the last one that I'm promoting. So we're gonna go to me. Stop sharing my screen. Um, there we go. Okay, I'm up here. Okay, so we got anything in the chat? All right, so there is a way that if you're on Facebook, you can get into the chat, but you have to allow Restream to put your name, else you're just gonna look like Facebook user. Everybody on Facebook. So for the first time, y'all, we're streaming to Twitter and we're streaming to Twitch. So go look for us. All of a sudden, my thing don't want to work. So I'm gonna show you how our handles on Twitter. We're just like at Married Ladies underscore. Go to our Twitter, and then our newest one is Twitch. My son gonna show me how to play video games because that's what you really do on Twitch. It's mostly play video games, and so we gonna do that, and then I'm just do it under the Married Ladies opinions thing, and then we can also stream this as well there. And do these type of shows too. 'Cause my son want to do a show so bad because he sees mommy do one, so he's like, I want to do a show too. So go there as well. And also, if you have any questions while we're discussing our topic, y'all can call 410-271-1942. And also I'm going to put the the streaming thing inside of the chat. So if y'all wanted to come up and talk, y'all can click that up. If y'all want, I'm sorry, to come up and talk and ask a question. Not right now, where it's just starting. So you'll be in the back room for a little while if you do come up. But anyway, our topic today, we gotta introduce our new guest we have right here, our special guest, Miss Holly
Hey y'all, what's up?
Bae.
Hey y'all, what's up? First
Yay!
of all, y'all countdown, whatchamacallit? I was like, yo, that is everything. I'm gonna need somebody to show me that because like I am technically impaired, but I was like, yes, get this.
Yeah, that's
I
Oh,
great.
was like, yeah. I was
Unique
like,
would
oh
love to
snap, I'm
coach
getting
you.
I love doing that stuff.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, but
so,
thank you so much for having me.
oh yeah, no problem. Thanks for coming. Um, we are, even though it's called Married Ladies Opinions, that's just the name of it because we're married ladies and we have opinions. But the
Hmm.
podcast is for anybody if they're married or not, single, situationship. We just talk about relationships in general. We do talk
Hmm.
about it from a
Hmm.
married person's perspective. So we
Hmm.
do. So are you married, Miss Holly?
No, I am single in sunny South Florida. So,
All right now.
Single, ready to mingle.
I mean, I'm saying like the streets a little hot right now. It's spring break and scamming season, so I'm gonna stay in the house a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That is true. And you in Florida? What
Mm.
part?
Yeah, I'm down in South Florida, so I'm
Oh, okay.
between Fort Lauderdale and Miami, out in the suburbs. So,
My mother's in Tampa.
oh, okay, yeah, Tampa's like, I'll definitely say 3.5, 4 hours away. So I have family in Tampa as well.
Oh, okay, okay. We actually
Hmm.
coming down there in July, uh, um, to Clearwater. You been to Clearwater Beach and stuff like that?
Mhm.
Yeah, but y'all just want to get ate up by mosquitoes, don't you?
Oh, for real?
You want to get tan. You want all this glistening.
Mm. Thanks for the
It's
warning.
hot, hot. It's
Mm.
hot, hot. Just make sure you bring your sunscreen and your insect repellent. You'll be all
Oh my gosh.
Mm.
We're gonna
But
be
the good thing,
inside
you'll be
most
by
of
the
the
beach
time.
though.
Huh?
Nah, you be by the beach. Clearwater is
Oh,
very
okay.
pretty.
Okay.
But yeah, you'll have a great time. I just be landing jokes. That's all. But I mean, you still do need some sunscreen.
Mm.
um, Let me make sure these settings because I just realized that the audio output should not be. I don't think it should be going to here. Let me see. You know what? I forgot to turn my speaker on. See what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't even think people was hearing me this whole time. I hope people was hearing everything that was going on because now I'm hearing myself and I wasn't earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. See, I try to be all technical, but then sometimes, sometimes, um, I mess up. But it's all in fun. We're all learning. But thanks for joining us. I want you to talk a little bit about your podcast as well, Over 40 Podcast.
Okay, so again, my name is Holly D, aka Miss HollieBaeBee. I got a lot of AKA, so I'll just leave it alone right now. I got a couple that just got added, aka
Mhm.
Titty City and all that stuff. So I'll just leave it alone from
Tell us
yesterday's
more. Let me take my glasses off.
But no, so basically, I'm all about living, loving, and adulting over the age of 40. They forget
Mhm.
about us Gen Xers and older millennials when you're talking about being in the social media space. So I like to consider myself a thought leader about doing whatever it is you want to do and not living by anybody else's standards. I'm really glad that you guys on your platform, you showed a lot of Black businesses, definitely Black
Mhm.
businesses that come from a spiritual perspective. And that's one of the things that, I'm all about, just paving that own path, paving your own path that has nothing to do with anybody else. Now, I know from a married slash having children perspective, that might be a little different because I have neither. But I just encourage men and women to just live their best life. There's so much life to live. There's so many great things we can do. And it's just like life for me is just beginning. I feel like a teenager with money. You know what I'm saying? Because now I can do all these things. Like,
Yeah.
I'm never one of those people that I reminisce about high school. I mean, because for
Hmm.
one, I was in a small town. I was shaped like a cereal box. And so I'm great. I don't want to go back to those days. So now I'm just living my best life.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's
Hmm.
pretty much what Mrs. Selfie mastering relationship with yourself is all about as well.
Hmm.
Just living your
Right.
best life, getting to know yourself without the title. So without the mom, the wife,
Right.
the case manager, whatever you do, just basically knowing yourself and how you show up, to the world,
Right.
and not so much like being a part of the world, or
Hmm.
how they saying not a part, but I can't think of a better word, but just inviting people to your world and being authentic.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm
Big
100%
on that
behind
one.
that. And, when you think about the generation before us, those
Mm-hmm.
baby boomers, our parents, our grandparents, there are many women that, our moms, our grandmas and stuff, their only identity was being someone's husband, someone's wife, and then somebody's child, somebody's
Mm-hmm.
daughter, somebody's auntie, not Shirlene, not Yvonne, not Ernestine, not nothing. So it's like a lot of times either they have just gotten settled or
Mm-hmm.
they're now reinventing themselves at 70, 75. So, yeah, that's what I'm all about. And not waiting till you're 70 and 75 because you're still young and you got your joints are still working. So,
Yeah, because I know I had my children when I started. My first was I was 21, and my other one I believe when I was 24, and now they're away in college, and I'm 45. So I'm like, shoot,
mhm.
I feel like I'm living my second life.
I
At
know. It's
this point,
great. I love it.
I accomplished all
I
that.
love
So
it.
now I'm living my second life, and I ain't trying to be working for nobody, but I still have to have common
Mm-mm.
sense. That money still need to flow in, but that's my
I
whole
mean,
attitude.
that insurance though.
Yeah, exactly right.
That insurance though.
Sure, exactly.
Hmm.
Yeah, that
But yeah,
kicks
that's all I am. Yeah, that's all
in.
I'm about is just really just creating a space to have dialogue about being unapologetically you. Um,
Hmm.
taking that veil off of,
Hmm.
society influence. I think oftentimes I'm real big on talking about mental health. And a lot of that stems from um the opinions of others, trying to
Yeah.
live up to
Hmm.
standards that either A, we cannot attain, or B, you ain't even want to do in the first place.
Yeah. And you'd be
So
surprised how people will actually, I mean, if you don't know yourself and you try to live up to other people's standards, they'll make you
mhm.
accountable for not living up to their standards.
Exactly.
You
I'm
find
like,
yourself
how y'all do
depressed,
that?
stressed,
This is
and
my
struggling.
life.
Exactly. Hmm.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so
So,
but yes, ladies, thank you so much for having me.
no, thank you for coming. That's over 40 podcasts on Instagram as well, right?
Mhm.
Alrighty. Y'all can
So
find
I got
her.
to get fancy like y'all and get my restream going. Neat got to show me how to do that bomb
Now
behind
you see
opening.
the
I was like,
person.
wait, I was like, it's real people. This ain't no clip art. They really moving. So I love it.
I've been fiddling with Canva for a minute, and to the point where I'm just like, I can just do this for people. Like, I'd rather just do this. Like,
Hmm.
'cause I do like the
Mm.
dialogue and I do like talking, but I also like the behind stuff that goes to it as well. I wish I could just do that as my job and that's it. But
Sis, there's a market for it. There is such a market. You know how
Mhm.
many
it's so
stale
many
behind
people.
YouTube pages out there?
It's hard, but yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm still like
Listen,
putting myself out there, but it's a lot of people, who do it too. But I always put myself out there and say if somebody don't feel like learning it, or if they do want to learn it, if they don't feel like learning it, I can do it. But if they do want to learn it, I'll teach them. You know what I'm
I don't feel like learning it.
saying?
I
I
don't.
people don't feel like learning it, so it's fine. And then
I
that was
don't.
I'm like, okay, then I can try to make some a little bit of what my time and my creativity, and
Mhm.
charge at a fair price, because it's kind of like everybody else want to charge you, like draining your pockets, and I'm like, we just starting. You can't
I
be doing.
know. I know. Yeah. No,
So,
but I don't want to learn.
all
I'm
right,
willing to pay. So
all right. So you know where to
See,
come.
that's that signature butterfly. I told you.
I'm just saying. I mean, it's like I said, y'all pretty dope. I had a chance to look at some of your other stuff, and I like it. And like I said, I really appreciate y'all bringing me to your live stream.
No, no. Oh,
Welcome.
I appreciate you coming. Um,
Mm,
was gonna get into who I had invited to come on before you, but because I love you so much, like your personality, I just love it. I'm not even gonna go
oh,
into
I'm blushing. Oh, I'm blushing. You can't see it, but
those people
that's just highlighting contra. I'm sorry.
because
That's all it is.
it was my Scorpio vengefulness. I wanted to like just say something, but you know what? I'm gonna be above that. Be above that.
I'm
I'm
just
gonna let
saying.
it go.
I mean, I
I'm
understand.
so happy that I think that the Lord was like, it was supposed to happen because you were supposed to be in the hood. That's
Well, I
you were supposed to
appreciate it,
start
and
us
I
off.
really appreciate. Yeah, I really appreciate y'all content. My only thing I had to think about. I was like, man, okay, now, so your level of cussing might be different than others. So I'm just like, I'm just gonna go with the flow. I'm gonna see what they gonna do. But yeah, but other than that, because mine, I mean, I'll be doing a lot of f bombs and stuff. But like,
Well, I
I
mean,
couldn't wait to cuss when I was a little kid. So here we go.
I know the
Be
first
yourself.
is
No
it like
kids watching this.
or first 10 minutes you shouldn't cuss like that, and like the YouTube thing, it was like to get away with it, like maybe just the first 10 minutes don't cuss because that's what they really look at to like flag it.
Well, we
Oh,
30 almost 30 minutes in.
Oh, okay. All right.
hmm
Dang, we all dang.
yeah, we've
7:20
been talking that long.
Okay, we need
Yeah.
yes, we need to get into the topic. I just need to learn how to share my screen again. Stuff is like going crazy.
Yeah,
Um,
because I'm up here trying to find the live. You put it on our page, right?
yeah.
I see the invite, but I don't see us
Um,
unless I'm
well,
looking at
I
the wrong
mean,
thing.
I have it on there, but I know Facebook has been giving me trouble too. So
Um,
I mean, we live on YouTube, and
oh,
then
okay.
we live on Twitch, and we live on Twitter. So it's whatever. Somebody will see it. They'll if they see it, they see it. They don't, they don't. But
Oh,
thank
okay.
you, Jason. I think that's Jason. I think he's in Germany. Let me
Mm.
highlight his thing. He wanted to know when we was going live and stuff like that. And for him, it's like 1 a.m. in Germany.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's awesome that you are multi-streaming and great idea about video gaming on Switch. Okay.
Now, do I have to buy a video game like to be on
No,
Twitch?
to
I
get on
mean,
Switch, all I did was register. I just signed up and just put Three Married Ladies up there, and you can just like fan different pages, and a lot of pages they're just playing video games. Some of them are talk like us,
Mhm.
but a
oh,
lot of
okay.
people playing video games and talking to each other. That's what
Hmm.
a lot.
Oh, okay.
But some of them
So,
just, and there are pages like that on there. But it's
okay.
yeah. Facebook is on there because somebody from Facebook just put a smiley face.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah. Somebody said, "Did you say thought leader or did you say thought leader?"
I mean, I looked at that and I was like, you know what? I can use the same. I can just put the T in like parentheses and it can go either way.
Absolutely right.
See, I'm the sort of just, I mean, maybe I'm the dinosaur in the room because I can't see it. I don't.
He said it's all about just getting started, and you should have to pay to have people pour into your creativity. I mean, but I feel like if I'm just starting, people who are asking me to do things are basically helping me learn.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the only reason why I don't be like, oh yeah, you know what? I'm gonna charge you $300 for what? You helping me learn. I'm not trying to make money off you right now. You helping me learn right now. Now when I get good,
Yes, the price goes up. It
yeah,
goes
I just
up.
saw a Joey crack. Today's price is
Right.
not yesterday's
Not
price.
its prices. They going up.
All right, let me get the chat off a little bit, and then let's go into the definitions. Let's see. That's number two. This number one. Oh, how do I that? I'm trying to so okay. There we go. The definition of selfishness. Too much concern with one's own welfare or interest and having little or no concern for others. They're self centered.
Hmm.
What y'all think about that? I'm gonna ask you, Miss Holly, how you define selfishness? And being,
Listen, I had a nervous breakdown trying to be selfish or selfless.
no, it's just a selfish.
Oh yeah, I'm a firm believer about being selfish about myself. Yeah, I'm all about that because sometimes being selfish is going to save your life when it comes to not overwhelming yourself. I think there's a time and a place to definitely be selfish. Now, when you talking about being and having being in a relationship or anything like that, listen, and that's a different conversation. I mean, I don't have no issues right now. I mean, maybe one day, my Boaz, I can, he can come on in, but and I'm just gonna continue to be selfish. And it seems like ever since I've become very selfish and making myself a priority, like my skin started to glow. And like, the bags underneath my eyes started leaving because I'm not stressed.
Oh gosh,
you
yeah.
know.
People. Oh my goodness, I feel you. I feel you.
But yeah.
Okay.
How about y'all?
Miss Mr. Selfie, what's your definition of selfishness?
Putin.
You said Putin.
Ooh.
Did you just put politicalness in our stuff? Did you say Putin?
Yeah, I did. That's my definition. He's doing too much.
I mean, he is because how gas is. Woo! He ain't even
Exactly.
think
He
about
ain't thinking
himself.
about. He's not thinking about single parents. He ain't thinking about babies. He's not thinking about anybody. So that's my
Mm-mm.
definition, and
Mm,
I'm gonna stick to it.
okay, okay. All right. So let's see. Let's go to the next one. The second definition, because the other word is selfishness. So now we want to define selfishness. The definition of selflessness. So selfless is being more concerned with the needs of others than with the needs of your own. Can you elaborate on that, Miss Selfie?
Hmm.
An example?
Okay. I'll say Obama because I went political with the last question. But one, um, I think, well, my definition would be like selflessness. Uh, it's kind of hard to define because it's not really putting yourself on a back burner. It's like once you have achieved, your goals, whatever you want in life, and your cup is full and you have an overflow going on. Your overflow, they said you're supposed to give away. However, if you're selfish, you're gonna have a full cup and you're not gonna give nothing away as far as from your overflow. So being
Mm-hmm.
selflessness to me would be I'm so full of myself that I have so much to give and I don't run empty.
Okay, okay, okay.
What's your definition?
That's my definition. The first one I put up there.
Girl, that's the dictionary. What's your definition?
I had to put my glasses on to make sure I saw this one right because I got the other one wrong.
All right,
Because
all right.
it almost like when you look at the definition, like selflessness is being
Example.
more concerned with the needs of others than with
Yeah,
your
I
own
mean,
needs. It almost make you feel like you just giving yourself away, just you don't
kind
have
of.
no boundaries.
When I
But
see other definitions that I seen when I looked up, right? But this one, it was kind of like that's basically what you're doing in that moment. Like, like it's to me, it's like different acts. I don't think somebody should ever be always totally selfless, like 24/7, 7 days. Like no.
you
I
have some people
you
that
should
are.
have those times where you share those things because I feel like
Mhm.
you can't always be selfless and you can't always be selfish. So
I know, but the
you
selfish
need both.
definition is better.
Yeah, yeah, I guess.
Agreed, agreed.
That's why
Because
I
like
said
I get very
what's your definition, Nick at night? Because
No,
that's the
that's what I
dictionary.
mean.
We talking
That's
real.
my definition is kind of like that. It's kind of selflessness to me. It's just a one-time thing. Like it's an act. Like you
Hmm.
can be selfless in different ways. You're not going to be selfless all the time. To me, it's something that you physically do or don't do for some people. Because sometimes you not reacting is helping better than reacting. So
Hmm.
sometimes not doing something can be considered selflessness. Like not reacting, not complaining, not saying anything, even though stuff should be said. That's my definition of selflessness.
Hmm. Yeah, because you would hear some people saying self care is not selfish because you gotta put yourself first. Like Holly was saying, you have to. She started prioritizing herself first, and next thing you know, her skin started glowing. Them bags left. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I put myself first, and I forgot we
mm-hmm.
was live. I keep that to myself. But when that person left, I lost 20 pounds and my back felt better. So I was like, well, damn.
Listen, sometimes you gotta do that. I mean, you
Yeah.
said 20, it was probably like, 200, 180. He or she had to go, I don't, so
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? They had to go. I felt like that too.
Yes, yes, yes. So, what
But
was
when
your
I hear that term,
example of a
I think
selfless
of
person? What's your example?
I don't like it. I don't like it. It make my neck itch. I don't like it. You know why? Because it reminds me of my mom. I love her to
Hmm.
death. I love her like we like cross all over the place. But like she gives so much of herself. It's like
Hmm.
when are you going to give to yourself? And like growing up, definitely growing up in the South and
Mm-hmm.
in very small and rural areas, you know, all you know what to do is I gotta take care of mama now. I gotta check on my dear. I gotta do this. I
Mm-hmm.
gotta do that. So you got your fingers and hands um in everybody's way, and you're trying to help everybody except for yourself. And then the one thing I've never liked, and I'm not really gonna get on like a religious thing, but it's like really reinforced um through the church. And that's the sad thing I don't like about it. And I'm just like, Mama, I just want you to be happy. And I know you tired. I know you tired of ripping and running to help, you know, Madia get her prescriptions and therapy and all that stuff like that. And I don't like the word. I do like the idea of the overflow, but I think it's in reverse in terms of what people feel being selfless is. They think about it in the reverse. Oh no, I got to give my last instead of no, you give the excess. That's
Mm-hmm.
where I really wish that we as a people, especially black women, because we're more susceptible to stress induced um
Mm-hmm.
issues, medical issues. We just need to just kind of understand that, flip it and reverse it, and we'll be all right.
I totally agree with you.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I hear.
Yannick, you
I
saying
don't
something?
hear.
Oh, okay, yeah. See, that's what I get for playing
There you
with.
go, Yannick. I was just.
Okay,
I was like, what happened?
that's what I get for playing with stuff. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
because I haven't seen this in so long. Like, okay, so I want to allow Facebook for people to show their names. So I'm trying to figure out um, how to show them to put their name in there because every time they put something, it just says Facebook user. So I don't
Mm-hmm.
know who is responding from Facebook, and I forgot how to show them that. So I was doing that, but yeah, I can't do it right now. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to questions then. We finished and we defined it, right? We defined number one. We defined selflessness. We defined selflessness. So, first question: do you think Western society culture is to blame for selfish people right now?
I look at it and it's. I think that Western culture, i.e., the patriarchy, has made it is the one to blame for people of color not being selfish, not thinking that they can be selfish. That's how I look at that question. But I mean, in all, I would say yes and no. There's definitely a gimme, gimme, gimme. It's
Mm-hmm.
you got to do this for me type of vibe in the US. But again, it kind of like flips when it's talking about people of color. Oh no, you need to give us your last or anything like that. So I think yes, but only for um lighter melanated people.
Mhm. Um,
Damn, I don't know what to say on that one. Let me sit
I
with it.
feel okay. You want to go next, or you want me to go?
You could go ahead.
Okay. Well, I kind of asked that question because I feel like yes, we have people who we've emulated that feel like, they have to just give and give and give and never give to themselves. And we've seen our mothers, we've seen our grandmothers just work themselves into a grave type people. We've seen those people. But I think sometimes excess of one thing creates the excess of another generation. So, but because the generation before seen all that hard work and how they work themselves and this and that, a lot of the next generation was just like a little bit more lazy to me. I mean, that's and a little bit more selfish. and then a little bit more. And I think it's gonna go back around eventually, but it's kind of like
Mhm.
it's like society moves in this kind of wave of of one extreme to the other. So I'm not saying that people um shouldn't take care of themselves. I don't want nobody to mistake
Mhm.
saying that. I'm sorry, I keep hitting the table and it's shaking my thing. So I don't want people to think that I'm not saying that you shouldn't take care of yourself, but I just
Mhm.
think like the culture that came now, because I'm like 47, so to me it just seems like now it's just gotten to where it's too much selfishness on some people, like the younger generation, like they feel very much entitled to stuff.
Mm.
So that's why I asked that question of, do you think the way Western culture has developed to how it is now? I mean, it started like you said with the white patriarch, and when I was watching, I don't know if y'all ever seen somebody named Dr. Shauna on YouTube and on Instagram. Um, she kind of always has things that she do stuff like mental health Fridays, and she associates the mental state of what's going on with the knowledge that she's looking up, like
Mhm.
the journals, to black people. Like she kind of brings it to regular people. She brings like the scholarly stuff to regular people. So she explains it better. Like, I don't know. She explains it better than what I'm going to say. So she was just saying
Mhm.
that the reason why marriage even started in Western society was that because at first it was an abundance, um it wasn't like an abundance of women how it is now to men. You know how the ratio is just way above women to men. It wasn't like that before. So men used to actually compete for women. Men used to
Mhm.
actually the reason why they invented marriage is to sort of prevent the woman from having sex with multiple people. They wanted their women to only have sex with them. So that's why they started Western marriage. And then it developed into what it is now. But um that's what I think about Western culture. It kind of made sense when I, looked at it and did the research myself, but it made sense to me. But anybody else? I mean, Shalita, I mean, Mrs. Selfie.
Well, the
Next.
only thing I can really think of that's different with the like Western culture and just thinking back, just all the way back to like my grandmother to now, is that things changed. Like, with the women, Me Too movement, like things have changed and things, although it seemed to be a slow progress, have gotten better for African American women. So to me, it's just like the more things change and improve, the more different outcomes we're going to have. So you might not have the house mother that was popular back in 1940, the stay at home mom, the marriage, two is that two parent homes. I mean, not two parent home, two parents in one home. And then you look at now, you have a lot of single mothers. Just to me, times just changed, and when times change, people change. So the culture,
Mhm.
the tradition, all that is going to change with it. So it's going to look different. Like right now, even when I compare myself to my daughter's age, my oldest, at her age, I had two children, her and her sister. She's still single, still living her life, about to graduate. My youngest, the same thing. When I was her age, I was sexually active. They more focused. They have things set up. They have certain goals, and that's because things change. When I'm sorry, when I was brought up, I was like babysitting. I was told just go to school, get your education. That'll give you some security. Um, you
Mhm.
learn how to take care of children through babysitting. All this, man. My daughters, you have to pay them to babysit. Me, I was babysitting for free for their
And you
time.
started early.
And exactly, I started babysitting. I think I was 9. I knew how to run a household at 9. My daughters, they're gonna clean their mess, and they're gonna look at you like and hold you accountable for cleaning your mess. There's no such thing as chores. Everybody is held accountable for their own stuff. And I don't know how I wound up raising them like that, but anyway, that's what happened, you know. And even being like, we used to have like sit down talks, because I tried to find out how did I raise two Republicans? I'm Democrat, but like I said, times change. You know, they see Democrats as holding black people as slaves, you know, through their studies, and they like, well, we don't want to be something that made our people that held our people into slavery. So we're going to be Republicans. You know, so I just, you know, all I can say is just as the time change, people change because things start improving, basically. No matter what
I
culture
agree.
you're
Like,
in.
yeah, my homegirl, she has two kids, and the oldest one is like 22, 23. I would say about 24 at the oldest. And I
Mhm.
call her ancestor child. And let me tell you why I call her ancestor child. Because, like, the wisdom that this girl has, and I'm like, where you get this wisdom from? Like, the ancestors must be just
Exactly.
funneling through you,
Hmm.
because it's like her perception of. I'm like, sometimes I sit up there. I'm like, let me just talk to ancestor child because she know how to date better than I do. God damn. So
Exactly.
like, I agree with you. Like, these babies know what they want. They might be a little
Hmm.
entitled, but they know what they want. I mean, and I think it's a great thing because it kind of dispels the myth that all they want to do is just be irresponsible and do what they want to do. I'm like, no, actually,
Hmm.
that is not the narrative for young millennials. Now, I think the entitlement still the same, but in terms of
Hmm.
like really getting their head on their shoulders and really forging their own path. I often look at um the young millennials when it comes to their spiritual walk, right? They're the ones that are breaking the mold, like, nope, I don't want to do this. I don't want to sit in church every Wednesday and three times on Sunday. They're really looking, thinking outside of the box when it comes to connecting with God and stuff. And it's like it's
Yeah.
awesome. It's like you see our generation like, well, damn, let me go get some crystals too. So that's the beautiful thing about
Exactly.
it. Right.
Yeah.
Matter
That's,
of fact,
it's just
that's a
it
yeah, there's a
it changed
store.
over time. It just changes
Yeah,
over
there's
time. Just
Yeah, there's
improve.
a store, and they're two young millennials down in Miami, and I've just
Hmm.
seen how their store, it's a spiritual supply store. It's online. It's
Hmm.
so great. I love it. It's called Soulful Vibes. They're also on Instagram. And those are two young millennials, and I'm just like, I'll just be on their website like this, clapping, and
Yeah.
then waiting for the sales.
Exactly. You know, like we was told, oh, you can't do that till you're 18. Here, I met a 12-year-old that's a CEO, started a nonprofit organization. So, hey, times have changed.
I
Um,
know, 12. I was told to go outside.
can we? Okay, somebody asked
Exactly.
a question on YouTube. How does how does Trump is that is trope
The
of
trope
independent
of
black
independent black women.
work against the idea of marriage or life partnership? Hmm, we didn't. Who said that?
Who said
Because
that? Who said that? Like,
people still want a partner, so I don't know what you're talking about.
we are for marriage,
honestly,
against marriage. I mean,
no, and I don't think anybody I know is against marriage either. I think one thing that
Mhm.
we have done
mhm,
is, instead of the independent black woman don't need no man, I think what we have done is thrown away the strong independent black women, because you've had too many of us suffer in
Mhm.
silence. I'm like, I'm not strong. I know I got South Carolina sharecropping shoulders, but they not strong to carry the weights world on my back. So I just make sure that me and my homegirls, we don't even believe in that trope
Mhm.
anymore. I'm independent because I got to do my Got to do it myself. I ain't got nobody else taking care of these bills. I know one thing: these bills is not the same bills my mom and them had, especially here in South Florida. I'm
Mhm.
like, I just know these weren't the same bills from 1987.
No, we are not getting on the bus for 10 cents anymore. It is
Mm-mm.
$4.50 if I'm not mistaken.
Mm, mm.
Gas at
Times have changed.
4.69. I'm like, I'm not going anywhere.
I have a question though. Do you think that the generation before us taught us how to be independent women, or taught us how to be in a relationship with a man?
I think it depends on, the individual person, how what their household was like when they was growing up. You know, and my mother didn't say directly, "I want you to be an independent black woman." Oh, I want you to marry. No, she said, "I want you to get your education. I want you to be successful. I want you to." Her biggest thing was reputation. I want you to have a good reputation. Where you go, your name follows. So make sure that your name is good. Um, but no, I mean, through that, maybe there's some independent lessons, but as far as like directly the way media and everyone portrays black women to be, no, that wasn't taught. Like she never said, "I want you to be better than your man," or "do this to make sure you have this amount of money just in case your man left you, that way you could be independent and all
Mm-hmm.
that." No, she didn't teach me anything from a broken hurt heart. So no.
Okay. Was your mom a very independent woman?
My mother,
Hmm.
she was independent in her own right, using what she had accessible to her at that time. But also, she was married. I mean, she married twice. She's currently married. And I've seen her work in both marriages. And she always honored her husband in both marriages.
Hmm.
Now, I'll leave my opinion with about them stepdads, but as
No,
far
I'm
as
not
I know,
that.
yeah.
I was saying
Like
that
I've seen
because
her as a housewife when she did not work, when she stayed home with the children, her first marriage, and I seen her as a wife that got up, went to work, and got us ready for school, and went out to work, came home, prepared a meal, and it still held down the household. So
yeah, so that's my point. Like, I don't know if kids really learn by you just talking. They more learn by your behavior.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I
learn
agree
from
that.
them on their
Mhm.
behavior more than what they tell us. So
Yeah.
if your mother is a strong, independent person that was kind of like, okay, I'm going to work, I'm going to take care of these kids, I'm going to do this, and she's doing everything, then that's what she is telling you. That's what you're supposed to be doing. So to me, my mother even said to me one day, she was like, I never really talked to you about, like who to choose or how to choose type. Like she never taught me that. But she did say more of, I keep hitting this thing, of make sure you cover yourself. And to me, that's more of being independent. She
My
did do
mother was like, "You check them shoes, them fingernails, and that hair." As a man approaching, you check his shoes, see what he got on his wrist. If he ain't got a watch, that means he don't value time. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
she just
I mean,
said,
I'm
I
saying they might
hope
need to
you
go
find
back to
somebody. She
that.
said she did say that I hope you find somebody that cares about you more than you
Mhm.
them. She said that's the way it's gonna work. She
Yeah.
said, and I bet you if she see this, she's gonna be like, I don't remember telling you that. Why? Because she a Gemini, so she got two G's. Um, so she probably not gonna remember her telling me the things that I've told you, knowing you, Mr. Selfie, about
Mhm.
making sure you can cover it. Like you can't depend on nobody else. Make sure
Yeah.
you can do it. So to me, they taught us more of how to be an independent woman than how to get along in a relationship.
Yeah.
I
So
I
agree.
mean, through my mom's actions, I mean, yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's why sometimes you just gotta learn for yourself. I think that's the most important. You have to learn what works better for you in your own relationship without the references from the past. Like, don't reference anything from the past. You gotta know what's good for you in your own relationship, because if not, if I was to try to make my marriage the way I've seen my mother marriage, I would be a hurt woman right now.
Hmm.
So no, but I always see some things that my moms have done in caring for my stepfathers, and that the good I do mimic. So yes, I give my husband his plate before everyone. Um,
Hmm.
because to me that was so intimate, it was so honoring. um and just like certain things, even with my grandmother, she fixed the table, my grandfather blessed the table. So you pick and you choose what's best for you and what you want in your marriage and what you want to carry on, and teach your children.
yeah,
You and your sound effects.
yeah. I need to get
She
some.
could
No,
wait.
I need to get
Yeah, so
some.
yeah,
I mean, I grew up with similar experiences. Like, it's funny because, having both parents in the house, I was like you said, I don't think the lesson on how to be in relationships was ever
Mhm.
taught, because if it was, I completely did not pay attention to the assignment at all. I was told my dad was he was like, you need to have your own shit. And I'm just like, but is that it? He's like, you gotta be strong. I'm just like, okay. Anything else? Cause
Mm-hmm.
like, mind you, like, I wanted to be like that daughter where he's sitting at the door with a shotgun. I'm like, Daddy, you know
Mm-hmm.
how many thugs I dated back in the day just because you didn't want to come to the door with a shotgun?
Mm-hmm.
I need you to come to the door with a shotgun and say no. Where you going? Please turn all 12 gold teeth back. But you didn't do that. And I was just like, I had to learn that experience. I
Mm-hmm.
had to learn
Yeah,
that.
exactly. And
So,
see,
but
I didn't
yeah.
always. I had stepfathers, and I had my own dad, but they weren't always active in my life. Where,
Mm,
like you were saying,
yeah.
like the way you wanted them to be. But I remember something that my grandfather told me when I was like 14 or 15. I guess he was sensing something, and he was like, "Don't trust no man that call you queen, because he don't mean it."
Wait a minute. He should have also said, "Don't trust them if they call you. They call your phone talking about Grand Rising too."
I know, right? And lo and behold, that first one, when I thought about it, after I got dunked and I thought about it, I said, that nigga called me queen. Oh, sorry. That motherfucker called me queen.
Hmm.
I
And then when
didn't
you put Grand Rising and Queen together, I'm like, oh no,
know
oh
that.
no, mm-mm, mm-mm.
It's
Sir, if
not
you don't take your Mercury and retrograde ass over there,
you know.
I'm
It's
gonna have
like
to. I'm gonna have to do play a clip from Zoe's show about the real definition of nigga, right? Because we don't want to say it, right? Because we
mm-hmm,
think it's a bad word and stuff like that. Um, but people go look up that the spelling bee on, like, just go to YouTube and put the spelling bee in there for the word negus, negus. So negus comes from naga. So you know what I'm saying. I'm sorry, y'all. That is my
I'm
phone.
looking for my phone like,
I'm I'm sorry, that's me. So they when the word got here, they put the ER on there,
Mm-hmm.
They changed the
Mm-hmm.
word, put the ER on there, but it really stems from Naga, Nigus, nigga. So, and it means God King. It's like in Ethiopia they call it Nigus, God King. So, and I think we inherently in our genes and our DNA, we use it as something good because we knew it was to me. Like
Mm-hmm.
all of a sudden I
That's
knew
why
that
we can't stop using it.
word
Uh-huh.
because it's like we never seen it that way. I mean, and I know that when people of not of color do say it, they don't mean it in a way that we do. So I
Mm-hmm.
know that it could be bad, that way. But I my children ask me, what should I say if somebody called me that? So I told them they can answer in two ways. You can either tell them thank you, and I know what that word really means, and kindly keep it moving. Or you could say,
Your
you know,
mama.
and you shouldn't call me that. I am not that to you. And then go tell somebody. Just, don't even try to be friends with that person anymore. Because if that person calling you
Mm-hmm.
that, they not of your color, is because of something else. But anyway,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I've taught my children. They got two answers they could use. You can either say, "Oh well, I know what that word means, so thank you," and keep it
Mm-hmm.
going, or
Mm-hmm.
not. I said, but
Don't
you
be
put
black.
somebody, you're going to jail. So just let you know, you gotta just keep it moving.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's just like a gut
Don't-
reaction. Every time I hear a non-black person say it, I be like, I'm I'm sorry. Like, who gave you permission to use that word? I don't care if you got a 10. That 10 ain't dark enough. You ain't
Mm-hmm.
gone through oppression,
Well,
ma'am.
it's in the music. I was singing the song.
No, no, I don't care if you dating DeAndre and you know every Lil Yachty song. What
Mm-hmm.
we not gonna do is that. I remember even at Kendrick Lamar concert, I remember they showed this
Mm-hmm.
years ago how I forgot what song he was playing, but then like a white girl was on stage. He's like, you can't even do that because the WTs love to like get into the especially the Gen Z young millennial. It's sort of like our churn then gave a pass.
Mm-hmm.
I said, hold on, wait a minute. That pass is not authorized. Who y'all keep giving these passes to? Because Brandy gonna get his ass whooped. He gonna get his ass whooped. Y'all keep setting Brandon up and Tyler them, and their ass gonna get stomped
oh
like the
my god!
song. Make
I
you
don't know.
wanna
Has
stomp.
anybody seen that video of that guy that was smacking um, the old man because he called him that?
Oh yeah, I seen that.
Oh
He was
my!
I ain't see it.
I
forward
had
slapping him,
oh
back slapping. He was just like, psh. I was like, yeah, slap him again.
my! I
Oh
had
wait, I did see a clip of that.
watching it. I can't watch it no more
Wow. Why not?
They be trying it. They be trying it.
because my natural reaction is, oh man, they gonna kill him. In
Mm-hmm.
back of my head, like, oh man, this man gonna die because he's slapping this old white
Mm-mm.
dude, and why he just kept getting up, like he just kept coming.
Because he
He should have
felt
just kept laying
privileged to
down.
do it. He know he privileged to say it, to do it, to call 911 and get rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he kept standing up. The same reason why Rodney King, they was like, why he kept standing up. I don't know. He was getting beat like that, but he kept standing up because he know that,
Mm-hmm.
he had the right to stand and he wasn't going to take no beating falling. Just keep getting up.
All I
Yeah.
know is they keep setting Kyle and them up. I don't know why they keep doing that, but Kyle and
uh,
them gonna get beat down.
so we did question one. So let's
That was question
go
one.
to question number two. So, who do you think is more selfish in the relationship, man or woman?
I know I am.
Oh,
I could rate that by the closet space. He has no closet. All my stuff is in the closet. The top, the bottom, the rack, the I had to wait for the kids to go to college, so he has their closet now. So he got something. I could tell by the closet space. I'm probably selfish.
Mm-mm. I'm gonna just go off my last experience,
Selfie.
and that yeah, he was selfish. Old Barney Rubblefoot ass. Yeah, he was selfish, most definitely. Cause that was when I was living in Philly, and we lived in South Philly. But like I
Mm-hmm.
worked out in the suburbs. I was like, you think we can move to like at least Norristown?
Mm-hmm.
See, I can't take the bus to North Philly because he worked in the school system in North Philly. I was like, but I gotta sit in traffic for an hour and a half every day, burn my gas, and you're not filling up the tank. So I don't say him from my experience. I'm just glad I had to, Chevy 1 foot and lay my ass out of that gone relationship. So yeah.
Well,
How about you,
uh,
Yanni?
so I think that women are more selfish. I do. And that's only because of my perspective, not for everybody. Um, Zoe has this saying, some but not all. So that's some people, but not all people. If you are a single, like you don't got no brothers or sisters, you a
Mm-hmm.
little bit more selfish than people who had to share. So that's me.
I will
Um,
agree with that. I'll agree. I definitely agree with you on that one.
so I'm
hmm
copping to
Are you
it.
the only child too, Holly?
With the truth, like
Yeah, I'm the only child. Hold on. I say I'm the only child, but my
Mm-hmm.
father does have a son, but I
oh
was the only one in the house.
oh
Okay.
So
Hear that?
I'm just gonna say it like that. But I do
Ooh, I
think I
gotta
take
use
that
that
back. I
one
remember
one day. I
sitting.
was the only one in the house.
Yeah, I I was the only one in the house for like a whole 25 years. So 'cause I didn't
Mm-hmm.
move until like 25. Well, I kept going back and forth. But yeah, no, I don't know what it means to share. I live by myself to this day, like roommates. What
Mm-hmm.
them is?
I was the only child for like 5 years of my life. Then my sister came
Mm.
and she taught me how to share, and it wasn't nice at all.
I just saw my cousins having to share with their siblings. I'm like, that shit's for the birds. I'm going home. No, I do not want to spend the night. I got to sleep on the floor. Bitch, I got a whole bed back home. The hell am I gonna do that for? You gonna come spend the night? No, I got a bed. Y'all niggas about to have me on the floor on a pallet. Nah, I'm straight.
are you a
Yeah.
comedian? Because
When
you
them
need to
other
be a
siblings
comedian.
No,
came, I
You
went to
need
my
to be
godparents' house because my godparents didn't have any children. So I started going to their
Mm.
house every weekend.
I didn't go. I didn't go to
I had my
nobody
own
house where
room
I
at
didn't have
their
a
house.
bed.
Hmm.
Mm-mm. I ain't go to nobody house where did not rest my 7-year-old body in a bed. So,
When my mama started having them kids, I was like, godparents, here I come. Yeah,
mm-mm.
I sure did.
Mm. Well, yeah. I mean, in my opinion, women can be more selfish, and I think that before it became an abundance of women and less men to choose from, we were taught to be very, very. I think how we was taught to be like, we was taught to appreciate our stuff. Not to say that we shouldn't appreciate ourselves,
Hmm.
but sometimes
Mm-hmm.
we need to have this balance. We can't just always think that our stuff is worth so much. Like to me,
Hmm.
it's character more, and what that person, how that person treats other people, who that person is, more than how I can make you feel or what you could give me. And I think sometimes I regret it when it gets hard. Like I want it. Like I want to be that person to make the decisions and be in control of everything. But then when it doesn't work out, then I'm like complaining that it, you know what I'm saying, it's too hard now. But you the one who wanted to do it. you know, you the one wanted to be in charge. You the one who wanted to take that role. You didn't want anybody like I was so like some people are just you know how some people are just damaged in this point to where you just all of a sudden go extremely to the opposite side of things. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that sometimes women do that and that can make that person become selfish. So that's another reason why I think women are more selfish because they feel like women will just be boosting them up like, oh, you shouldn't have been taking that. You worth better than that. No, you worth what you are right now. So if really you don't take care of yourself and you really think yourself is shitty, that's who you want to be with. And it's not because um, that person is because of you. You stayed there and you feel like that about yourself. So a lot of times we don't realize that and we become selfish and we feel like that person did it to us instead of you did it to yourself. So I feel like, we in
Now
control. Hmm.
there's one thing I'm gonna be selfish about. And most of the time I'm a selfless um mate when it comes to love. But there's one area I gotta be selfish with. And I'm like, listen, sir, it's not my knees, like my thighs be hurting, so I can't ride that much. So we gonna have to figure something out. I'm like, no, it's not my knees. It's more so my thighs. My thighs got to be burning and stuff. So I can't be balancing all these thighs and booty on top of somebody. So I'm sorry, I'm not gonna ride. Now that's where I'm selfish.
Hmm. I'm gonna
I'm
use
gonna
that
I'm gonna
excuse.
put that out there. That I'm like, sir, I can't do it. Like he'd be like, oh, you talking about your knees, huh? No, it's not my knees. It's these big ass thighs. They get tired very quick. Just saying.
You on mute, Yannick.
You keep going on mute. We can't hear you.
Well, women have more clothes than their men. Oh, like being selfish, I guess we was talking about that.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
my closet space. It's
Yes.
still like that though.
Oh, I wanted y'all to respond to a video, a little clip or something. It's this show I watched called The Business. Now he may remind you of somebody, but the problem with that is that he was out way before this person. So a lot of people, every time I refer them to this guy's channel, they be like, "Oh, he sounds just like KS," and I'm like, "Well, he was out
Um.
before KS."
Mm,
S
mm.
blew up because of his little, that viral video. But this dude been talking like this before Kevin. But
I,
anyway, all the
I
business.
wonder. I wonder who it gonna
Oh
be.
Lord.
Who's it gonna be? I have a couple ideas, but gonna play the video.
I have
Before
to.
Kevin,
Some people compare him to Kevin, but it's not.
they
Um,
wanna be you talking about Kevin that gotta be like your average woman. That dude. Oh.
Hmm.
not Kevin. Um, I'm
You're
sorry.
saying the guy before him.
The problem is,
Yes, my closet be a whole new world. Yes, I got everything up in there. See, that's
Sure
that's
do.
that's my dream. I want to like go. I need a walk-in closet
here we go.
with a couch
Onion.
and some more stuff, a bar.
That was the one thing I hate about leaving Philly. I had created a whole room that was a closet.
Mm.
Right. All right. So I figured out how to share it. Okay. I'm hoping y'all can hear it. and I have to look at it. It's 12. I already know where I'm supposed to. Right there.
A average, but
Okay.
you are a typical female, and contrary to what you're telling yourself, you qualify for the average guy. And there's nothing wrong with that. The only thing that's wrong with it is you fantasize to yourself that you qualify for much higher. So, going into 2022, it's time for us to have a brutally frank discussion about unrealistic expectations. Because that phone call was the epitome of it. And it dovetailed wonderfully with what we've been trying to discuss here
Fair
right now.
use, y'all. Fair
You
use.
can't get to a destination if your destination doesn't actually exist. That's the problem. You can't claim a seat on the train if there isn't a seat on the train for you. That is all. You can't claim one. So with that being the case, it's a real problem. And in her case, she articulated and expressed basically what the big issue is right now. If you want to know why it is most of your females are single, it is because they are fantasizing. Well, what exactly are they fantasizing about? They're fantasizing about something right about here. This is pretty much what they're fantasizing about right here. That it doesn't matter where in life they are, that is irrelevant. That there is a baller, there is an affluent man who is going to Calgon take me away and whisk them off to a life of leisure and idle treatment.
All right, let's go back. All right, so let's stop sharing.
I don't even think he was using his own voice.
It was like he used a synthesizer because at first I was like, "Is that Tariq Nasheed or somebody?"
Name is Jason Black.
You sound like he's about to be like,
His,
"Oh, you
his
ready?"
name is Jason Black. He's Jason Black on Facebook as well, but you never see
Oh.
you never see him. Every show, he's always showing an article, or he's talking about somebody, or he's having like people call in about a topic, but he never shows his face. And he also has another channel called The Black Authority, and that one talks more about politics and the Black agenda and stuff like that. And this one, the business that y'all just seen, talks more about relationships and more about power dynamics between men and women. So, all right, Miss HollieBaeBee, we want to go with you first. What's your reaction to that?
So when I see stuff like this, I'm gonna just keep it. I'm just gonna keep it a bean. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I personally think that these are people that say this because like it's sort of like they look at the minority, and the minority represents the majority of Black women that happen to be single. So when I look at this, it feels like these said men, you're trying to belittle a woman for wanting to have more. I've always been of the thought process, I want someone that's on my level. I mean, because number one, you're not gonna find 6', 6'5", fine, big old dick, like 6, 7 figure income, he got rock hard abs, he loved the Lord. Like, I'm realistic because I'm older. Now, for people to have that mindset, I don't have a problem with it. But when I hear people and they be so like forceful, like I just be thinking it be dudes that don't get pussy. That's personally how I feel about it. They just be saying this stuff. They be trying to put women down. Like, listen, let Takesha think she can get whatever she want. Who are you to say that she can't get that? How you know she can't come down here on spring break and find her a baller, and you just trying to ruin her? It's like it ain't for us to ruin her dream. So I just honestly think it just very comes from men who have either been put down by said women, or they have accumulated a certain amount of wealth and yet they still don't have game. So they go on this rampage of belittling women who feel like they want X, Y, and Z. Again, it's not for me to dictate, hey sis, you can't have that. because that's not my wheelhouse. That's not my lane. What my lane is what I want. But I personally think it be dudes that don't get pussy on a regular basis. So that's my thought. I know I'm
I'm
gonna
laughing
be,
because you are so
people
funny.
gonna be talking shit about me. I'm okay about that.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm laughing because you
I'm
the
at
way
over 40 podcasts.
and because if you only hear
Please
like
bring the smoke in my DM.
no, because if you only hear like little snippets of people's stuff, like you can pick out anything to make them seem a certain type of way, unless you listen to the
Mhm.
whole thing, right?
Mhm.
So even though he can be a little brash, there's something I seen him talk to a man in the same type of way of how he was expecting certain things with the woman, and he's just like, well, if you're not a producer, like he gets in on men too. So I've seen him get in on.
Mhm.
So, but this was just one snippet that he was going in on unrealistic expectation. And I think that's why sometimes that second question is who is more selfish. I think women
Mm-hmm.
are, and that is why I put that clip up there. Let me
I'm just
defend
not gonna
him.
bust Takeisha. I'm
Get
not
in
gonna
on
bust
this.
Takeisha's bubble. I'm just I'm not gonna do that.
I
Let
know, I
somebody
know,
else do
mhm,
that.
I know.
Let her have her dream. She gonna come down here and bust it wide open, and she gonna find her Prince Charming.
But she be calling them though. I mean, she called to ask his opinion. Like she don't got a call.
Oh well, see that's where you messing up at. Why y'all be calling to get these men opinion, and you know what they're going to say? They have a track
Exactly.
record. You know exactly what's coming, but it's like you sit there. You're like a glutton for punishment.
Exactly. Especially with that
Right.
other one, he'd be like, "How much do you weigh? How tall are you? You're average.
I,
You're not going to get
right.
a high value man."
I be
So
like, when he be like, "How much you weigh?" I'm thick, nigga. I'm thick. How about that?
And he's sitting there looking like he just lost 300 pounds himself, like he wasn't always skinny or whatever. But I don't know.
Listen, I
yeah,
honestly, I think these
yeah,
people that are online, to each his own. Me personally, I think it's just a money grab because when you stir the pot online, that's gonna get likes, that's gonna get views, and I
Hmm.
think that's what a lot of it is. And if that is how you choose to make money, so be it. I just don't think you have to come at it in a way where it's so volatile, right? It's
Yeah.
just you can have that same message and it can still be delivered in a stern manner. I'm not telling you to not be you, but I personally think a
Hmm.
lot of it is like they capping because like that's not you in real life. Because if someone talks to you
Hmm.
like that, you be pissing in your pants and you be trying to call your man and talk about can you come and rub my forehead because somebody hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
I personally think that. So I wish we would stop. I wish as a people, especially the people that are in these spaces who want to be like quote unquote relationship coaches, because basically anybody can get into it just as long
mhm.
as you've been in love, and that's fine. Get your
Hmm.
paper boo boo, but I don't think it has to be so volatile where you now have the battle of the sexes. I'm like,
Yeah.
first of all, I ain't even fooling with. I'm like, if you tell me blue pill, red pill, you better get out my face about that.
See, he don't even believe in the blue pill, red pill thing. He calls them people PUSSY. I don't want to say it. He said those are just
I
whiny.
will.
That's why he calls them. No, I'm
I
saying Jack
will.
Black calls them that. So I mean, he don't believe in that bull crap too. He just believe in traditional stuff about men and how they supposed to
Mhm.
be producers. Like, and if they're gonna be a producer, they're gonna have somebody that's worth producing for. So that's I
Mhm.
mean, that's just what I get from it. But I mean, to each his
Mhm.
own, because I didn't like the way KS give information either. I didn't like it. And I know a lot of people who did. So, you know,
I
it's
would
okay.
say whatever
But
you want, that's what you become. And when you
mhm,
become it, you
Mhm.
attract it. So
mhm.
Right.
you know what I'm
So
saying? You
that's why
can't
I
have
say it's not for me. Not for me
exactly.
to put down Takesha's dream because
Mhm.
she gonna have several businesses and she gonna attract that man. Trust.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, Prince Charming. I mean, when I was young, I did believe in stuff like that. Like I was raised on Disney. So sometimes when I be hearing even KS or even him say certain things I believe are true because I feel like I did believe in fairy tales. Like I grew up believing in that.
Mm-hmm.
And when I didn't get it, I wanted to, you know, be a little spoiled brat. I was supposed to get the Prince Charming. That's how it was supposed to be. But no, nigga, this is reality.
Mm-hmm.
I
And I
don't know,
feel
and that's the thing. I
well, brats like that because I was one of them.
The only
listen.
one I
We ain't have
believed in
nothing
was the
else
Tooth
to.
Fairy
We ain't have nothing else to
because she
watch
brought
when we
money.
was babysitting.
Exactly.
We had nothing else to watch. Let me
Well,
put
I
Little
can't
Mermaid
say that
in.
for myself because I was a very nosy child. And my siblings will tell you, like at this current age, I'm a case manager slash health educator. I was always that, even
Mm-hmm.
when I was 7. And I used my stepfather tools when my mother, my stepfather go out on a date. I'd be like, "Oh, y'all want to know how babies are made?" I'll take my stepfather video and yeah, we gonna watch Debbie do all of Dallas.
um,
Miss
um,
Sophie, you was wrong for that. But at
Hey,
the same time, when
how
I
old
went to
were
go see
you?
my
You was like
grandparents,
9 or something. What was
I
you?
wasn't even 9. I think I was like, I was a nosy behind child. I think I was like, let me see, it was in Brooklyn, so I probably was 9. Yeah,
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 you was young yourself.
like
Okay,
8 or 9.
you was
And
little
I
yourself.
was like, oh, and that's the male penis, that's the vagina.
Oh my goodness, at 9?
Then I
me and
heard
my
the
cousin, we was just
that,
nasty.
and it was like trying to pop that VHS, whatever it is, out the VCR. Go in the room, go in the room.
Oh my.
Right. We be like, the only reason why we want to stay home with our granddaddy is because he worked at night, so he slept during the day. And he's like, come on, let's go in the granddaddy room. So he got them nasty videos. And we be all on bed trying to watch the nasty videos. We be like this. Cause he be half asleep because he have his little plastic cap on because he had a thick ass Jerry curl. So he didn't fell asleep after he done ate a fried fish sandwich. And we just be under like that, just watching the nasty video.
Mm-hmm.
Those were the days.
Yeah, like the crate shoot. My father, he used to keep
Mm.
all the books in the crate. Before the crate contest came out, that challenge. Yeah, my father had a lot of crates filled with stuff.
The let's see. This, yeah. We got the last question. What's question number 3? Who do you think is more selfless in the relationship, men or women? So the opposite side. Who do you think is more selfless?
Well, I know my husband, he's selfless. He give himself out a lot. I'll just look at him. I'll be like, man, my husband is so awesome. Just to
Yeah.
me, like he's so to the elderly around in our neighborhood. I mean, they call him the mayor. I call him like the missionary that don't go to church, but he knows everyone. He is so helpful, and I'm the opposite. I'm like just mutual with everyone. But as soon as someone hurt him, he be slow to it, and I'm like, no, you need to get back now. So he'd be like, no, the way I'm gonna teach this person is by being kind. So they know how to be kind to me. And I'll be like, no, I'm gonna kick their ass and they just don't know how to respect me. So definitely my husband, so yeah, definitely.
All right. Miss I'm sorry, Miss Holly,
God
baby.
damn. Oh, sorry about that. My dog woke up all of a sudden. Oh no, so like I believe like for me, a man is selfless if number one, he does all the cooking, he love my dog, and he suck toes. He would be selfless. So if you do all that, I'd be like, oh boo, you so selfless. Like, look at you. I just love you so much.
Oh,
Can you take Chloe out for a walk for me? Thanks.
See, yes. See, that's like when me and my
He do
husband was
all that
dating.
in my book. He's selfless.
He didn't like cats, and I had a cat, and he loved the cat because that's the only way he was gonna be able to come in.
Yeah.
So I totally
But I'm just
understand.
saying,
Selfless, yeah.
listen, they love Chloe and they suck toes too, and they'll make a mean piece of sandwich. I'd be ready to marry that man.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like let me see. I feel like there are. I think it's half and half when it comes to men and women being selfless. I think I've seen a lot of women be selfless, and I've seen a
Mm-hmm.
lot of men be selfless. So with that one, I'm kind of in the middle.
Now I will say, when it comes to children, women are selfless. Men
Yes,
are selfish.
Mm-hmm.
comes to children, yeah. But I
Yeah.
mean, but you also have those children. Like I had on my last live on Instagram, y'all. Thursdays
Mhm.
at 10 p.m. Eastern time. I'll be on Instagram one on one with somebody, and she was divorced, and she said when she left the children there. She divorced,
Amen.
she left, and the children stayed with him in the house, and she went and found another place to
Wow.
live. So, I mean, there are women who do that too. So, I don't think we're all monolithic. You know,
Mhm.
um, but yeah, because we do have some women who are just not nurtured in that type of way, who are not nurturing. So it doesn't make them not good mothers. They just didn't learn it. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I think I'm split in between both on both of them when it comes to that question. Go back to and so I think that was, unless anybody have any more questions, let's go to our oh yeah, there's more stuff in here. We could have watch what? You could have watched soap operas with Big Mama. Oh, back in the days, I guess that was what I was talking about. How do you find someone that is worth producing for? That's a good question. Who want to take that first?
I think the biggest thing you got to ask yourself, who am I, right? And when you sorry, I'm putting the dog down. You got to ask yourself, who am I and what do I want? And once you figure out who self is and what you want and desire, then that's who that person is. That's the person that you're trying to attract in your life. So once you attract them, like I hope you would be ready. Like
Mhm.
I want somebody when they coming to me. I need y'all to be ready because Chloe need to be walked 3 times a day, and I like my toes sucked before I go to bed. So I need
I
that
was gonna
person to be
say,
ready
like,
to produce.
how do you find someone that is worth producing for?
Mhm.
Well, it's a Facebook user. You better be already producing. You should be producing, period. You don't have to find someone to produce. Just go ahead and produce whatever you want to exist. Go ahead and bring it to fruition. Like, just go ahead and produce.
Mhm.
When you find yourself, you find someone worth to produce for. Okay. If you're not producing, you're not being productive. You're basically
Mm-mm.
non-existent.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. And let's see, charming. rest of your life with? What? No.
It's,
I don't understand that question, y'all. Um,
and Prince
uh,
Charming be charming and I just think what the font need to ask that question because it's a little confused. He
yeah,
must have been typing too fast.
yeah, okay. There's all days of our lives. He said,
Prince
okay.
Charming, who was that? Was that the frog? He was a frog until he got kissed or something. Who was
Prince Charming?
Yeah, he was a frog until he got kissed. My whole thing was why did Princess Tiana have to go through all
Being
that foolishness? She had to
yeah.
go through like kissing a frog. All the rest of the princesses didn't have to do that. Wait,
exactly?
Belle might have been the next.
White
I'm
was
sorry,
sleep
Belle.
most of her movie. Snow White was sleepy
Hmm.
movie.
I forgot. Belle had to deal with the bees. My bad.
Okay. Okay, missionary man is not a good nickname. What? I don't know what we was talking about then. Sorry. We must be
Mm.
Talking
talking.
about how Miss Single looks at her husband is called the mayor. He's a
Oh,
missionary, not going to church.
Uh,
the missionary man is not a good nickname. You called him the missionary.
The missionary man that don't go to church. Yep.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot. I forgot. um, I feel it. Right, both selfless. Yeah, for it to work, both should have a little bit of selflessness. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you have to
I
have
agree.
passion, right? You have to be yourself. You have to stay truthful, and then you have to have compassion for the other person. I mean, if you don't have any compassion, then maybe that's not who you're supposed to be with. If you don't have
Hmm.
compassion for that person, because it makes no sense to live life through years with somebody if you don't even care, you know, whether they had anything. Like when you decide to be with someone for life, everybody don't take that into consideration. Sometimes some people take it into, oh, I just want to get married. I just want to get married. But I think I took a long time. Like I didn't get married till my 30, like 30, 33, whatever. I know I was older. And I mean, I took my time because I thought, if I choose the exact opposite than what an abusive man was, then I
mm-hmm.
would be good. I was like, all I have to do is choose the opposite. I already know what an abusive man is. Choose the opposite of it, and then you'll be fine. But then life throws you curves, and you like, oh shoot, I didn't know this about myself. I didn't know this, and
Oh, look at her.
oh, look at the dog.
She wanted to show
So,
out. That's all. She knew out. She knows anytime I'm
I had the
in front of
same
my
dog
computer
named
for
Chloe too.
yeah. So you know they bad. They like bad little
Mm-hmm.
third graders. If they got that date Chloe,
mhm.
Chloe. Yeah, they got that badass third grader name. And she knew I was on. She knew she was like that girl in front of that computer. Let me get in front of she because I've been sitting here longer than 20
She wants
minutes.
some attention. She like, all right, time's up.
Yep. She's like
You
she
awesome.
talking to people.
I agree. What the fun? Over 40, you gotta join us on here again.
Mhm.
You
Oh,
gonna go?
just tell me when. I mean, I appreciate it because, like, listen, this has been the shortest live I've been on live stream I've been on because some of them have been going into excess of 4 hours. I'm like, yo,
What?
Really?
y'all got
I'm
to
Yes,
pay me.
that's
that's Yannick. Yannick love talking.
that's true. Because the one that
Me,
I've been
I
on
I'm
mean,
like
but
30 minutes.
no, but an hour and 43:59 is the shortest one I've been on so far.
Wow.
But no, I had a blast. Yes, whenever y'all want to collab and the invitation is extended, I'm actually I'm still editing content, which is my favorite thing to do. But I have a lot of great things coming up in the spring, especially with my Patreon, because people
Mhm.
keep dropping in my DM, and I'm like, listen, y'all can't be this close to me. I mean, unless we talking about collaboration. No, I'm talking about grown men that I don't know. And they was like, I really like how you talk about. Oh, great! So that means you want to join my Patreon page. Awesome. I will send you the link in April.
So you have a Patreon. Tell them how. Is it the same over
Yeah.
40?
So
Okay.
yes, well, it'll be F it, I'm over 40, because I could keep the
Oh,
two asterisks in and stuff like that. Because I would
okay.
like to wear the t shirt when I'm outside, and I can't have the full thing spelled out because I won't be able to wear it outside. But no, my Patreon page is coming very, very soon, April 1st. So if you're looking for behind the scenes content, extra exclusive members only podcasts, I'll be also doing live streams and one-on-one coaching. You can find me there for a nice little monthly subscription.
It will be on Instagram and YouTube, or just
Yeah,
Instagram.
well, the Patreon page will be totally separate. I'll still be doing my free content on my by podcasting platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and then of
Oh,
course bringing video from my IG live and YouTube. So
okay.
I'm just trying to diversify. So because I
All
know
right.
some people they'll go listen to their podcast on on YouTube, or they'll catch a live in my archives. So I'm just really trying to touch the people like Omarion did a couple months ago, just out there touch, out there touching. But yeah, please, I would love it. Show a little country girl some love, and follow me, turn on your post notifications, because the way Instagram algorithms are going, they just don't like us like that. So that's how most people don't even know I do a live, all because they don't get notifications. So make sure you turn on your post notifications for IG lives too, and you'll be notified when I go live.
All righty.
That's over 40. I'm
Oh,
trying to look for you
Yes,
now.
I'm at over 40 podcasts.
okay.
Sorry, it's just being my face like that.
Your time, Mr.
Looking
Self.
like I'm about to bring you the 6 o'clock news, but I'm actually talking shit.
Well, just stay after we close out for a little bit, and then we can get your
Got you.
information. Okay.
All right.
Can you stay a little bit?
Okay.
Or
I
you?
can. Chloe can stay tuned. She wants to anyway.
All right. Go ahead, Mr. Selfie. I want you to tell everybody about your website and stuff again before we go out.
Oh yeah, so go to www.mrsselfie.com where you can see a line of merchandise that I have, hoodies, t-shirts, teacups, journals, all inspiring items. Also you can follow me on Instagram, and that's Mrs. Selfie, again, MRZSELFIE. um, and yeah, follow me and walk with me, talk with me, whatever you feel like doing at the time that I'm either live or just posting.
You got a
All right.
Facebook group?
Yeah, Mrs. Selfie at the Well. I'm sorry. Thank you, Yannick. So
Mm-hmm.
again, you could join Mrs. Selfie at the Well. It's a Facebook group in which I always do, like in the morning, my three spiritual principles, and also just posting as the day go. So come on and join a healthy journey, heal thyself journey.
Mm-hmm.
Whoop, whoop, whoop,
Sorry, I meant to give you the. That's both of y'all. That's both of y'all. Yes.
whoop.
I'm
I
sorry.
appreciate that. Thank you.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Don't hate me. Don't hate me. Um, I just thought about it. Like I have the daggone sounds here, and I've only done one, and I have like 10 of them because I keep forgetting this here. Um,
You got the Jamaican horn? Brr, 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 brr. You got that
man,
one?
I need that. I'm trying to find stuff. Like, man, the one I do the podcast on Tuesdays called CKQ Podcast on YouTube
Mm-hmm.
every Tuesday, and that jump run from like 8:30 to like midnight. I know what you're talking about. Over 45.
Is that the one with John and Clement in
Yes,
them?
that's the one with John and yes, others, two other girls in there too. So we be on there on Tuesdays, from 8:30 to around midnight.
Mm.
So
In
yeah,
the morning?
you, huh?
Y'all be in there from 8:30 in the morning or in the evening?
Oh, evening. I'm sorry, 8:30 p.m. to midnight.
She be on in.
Yeah, the married ladies. I've been trying to get this one to come on there with me, but she be asleep.
Mm-hmm. Self
I'm gonna
care.
take a hard.
So
I'm gonna take a hard pass if I can't give an hour. Hard pass.
So, well, if you have time, Mrs. HollieBaeBee, if you have time, you can stop by because then he also allows, like what I was doing, where people can just click on and come in and talk if they want to. So, um,
Please send me the link. Now I will do that. I'll jump in and jump right back out.
okay, all right, no problem. And then also now, somebody get over on Twitch and tell me what game I should be playing at Married Ladies Twitch account. And also, don't forget to join our Twitter account. I'll be putting whatever I put on Instagram, usually go right on the Twitter.
Oh,
Um,
I do the same thing. I forgot. I got a Twitter page. I totally forgot.
hmm Don't forget to go to 3MLOshop.com. 3MLOshop.com is just a ways to help me try to keep running this podcast. Um, so I appreciate it when people do buy things. Thank you, Mom.
You know it. My mother buying up my whole store. She got more. She got more of my sweatsuits than I have. I'll be putting on her doing reels like.
Your mom is gonna always buy stuff. You know what I'm saying from your child. They always gonna buy stuff. Um, You can follow us on Facebook. We have a private Facebook group where we're streaming to right now. Three Married Ladies Opinions podcast. And last but not least, no, Instagram. I forgot about Instagram. Every Thursday is 10 p.m. Eastern time. Me one on one. Now, this month might be the last month for a little while because I'll be starting a new vlog on YouTube for I'm gonna have surgery soon. So the one on Thursdays might chill for a little bit until after the surgery. But you can also see stuff on Instagram about it as well. Go to Neek at Night or Neek_A_night because there is somebody named Neek at Night that I found on Instagram that she actually has that asterisk Neek at Night.
Mm-hmm.
And she got a popular YouTube page too. Shout out to her and Instagram page. She has a store, black owned, like online, like Neek the Freak type store, that type like clothes store,
Oh, okay.
stuff like that. So go over there and check her out. Neek at Night. I didn't even know there was somebody named Neek at Night when I first called myself that because my name is Yannick and my husband calls me Neek. So I just was like, you know what? I'm always up at night. That's what my name's gonna be, and that's how it came to be. But thank y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for talking to us.
I had
Please
a blast.
pages. Thank you, Miss Holly D. Thanks for coming. Where are you? Now I gotta go the takeaway screen. The screen to take away. Which one is it?
Oh snap! What is it? I gotta see it. Is it as good as the opening scene?
That's the wrong one. Look at that.